little introduction to what has gone by and what is it. Partly yesterday we talked about in the evening question answer session. The primary subject matter of Bhagavad Gita is Brahma Vidya. Om Tat Sat Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam. The Saptami is a Vishay Saptami. So that is a subject matter. Now question may come, what is Brahma Vidya? Simple answer is knowledge of Brahman. But here, as a student of Vedanta, you should know, or as a Hindu, the unique thing about Hindu Dharma. There are so many religions in the world, but one thing that they don't talk about, except those religions which originated from Bharat. That is called as Adhyatma Shastra. Bhagavan also says in Gita, Adhyatma Vidya Vidyana. I am the Adhyatma Vidya. What is Adhyatma? You see, when you don't have a concept, there is no word in that culture, in that language. Like even we don't have a parallel word, synonym word in any of Indian languages, including Sanskrit. Even coin, that is a separate thing. What is a word for Wi-Fi? Wi-Fi is Wi-Fi. What is a word for internet? Internet is internet. We didn't have a concept. We didn't have the knowledge. They discovered satellite. So it is called satellite. Durbash, Yantra, etc. we make it. But so far was not there. So also in the English language there is no word for Adhyatma. Even for Dharma also there is no parallel word. Though loosely they call it religion, but that's not a translation. Adhyatma they say, in English we say spirituality. They know only this spirit. Spirituality. Indian. Now, coming back to Adhyatma or Brahma, Adhyatma is Brahma Vidya. What is Brahma Vidya? There are minimum three or you can say 5, 7 things in it. What is the nature of the self? What is the nature of the world? And what is the nature of or the truth of the Creator? And what is their reality? What is their connection? What is the relationship between each of them? This is Adhyatma. Every religion will talk of God sitting somewhere. And each one is common. I mean, a believer would accept he is a ruler or control, whatever you call it. Jagat Karta, Sthiti Karta, Laya Karta, etc. But what is the truth of that Sthiti Karta? I as an individual am a sufferer, or I have to go through certain experiences. But what is my truth? In the world that I see, perceive through senses, what is its reality? What is its relationship between Jiva and Jagat? So all this is discussed and taught is Adhyatma Vidya. All in Bharatiya Darshanas, Vedanta, Vishishtadvaita, Dvaitadvaita, Kevaladvaita, they differ in relationship and the nature. Partly all of them accept we are one consciousness, one truth, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, that is a Veda Vakya. So they don't say no. But then connection is not talked about. Difference is relation. Any other religion, as Swamiji would say, on the other side of Himalayas. none of them, they mention here and there some sentences. But more than sort of karmaphala giver, even that also is not there. More than the punisher and the favor giver, they don't talk of anything other than any more thing about the God. This knowledge, since our Shastra revealed the knowledge, therefore Mula Grantha is called Vedaha. Please understand. Veda means book of knowledge. It being knowledge, like any other knowledge, requires certain type of mind. Every knowledge presupposes certain preparedness of the mind. Like even if I want to become a doctor, I want the knowledge of medicine, I should have some basic knowledge on biology. I can get away without mathematics, but I can't get away without biology. So also if I want to study engineering, I need to have some mathematics. So also here, certain type of mind is necessary. And just in a nutshell, something more, this is a special mind that is required. Why special? What we ask for, Shastra, or what is expected out of seeker. Like even a common man living in India would know. Anybody pursuing some spirituality should have vairagya. That much we know. Should have shanti. That much we know. Should have detachment. That much we know. I knew as a child also. And modern children know more because they are critical about sadhus. they have to comment about sadhus. They become judgmental. You know why? None of this discipline of knowledge asks for this. Especially in India. When you go to university, you have to fill up a form. There are so many questions. Your name, father's name, surname, domicile, date of birth, and they will ask BC or non-BC, SC or ST, Adivasi, reservation quota. And then they ask, what is the income? Everything they ask. But nobody asks, do you have dispassion? Even to medicals who are supposed to do seva, do you have detachment? Nobody asks. Here, nobody asks, are you a doctor or engineer? Are you management fellow or chartered accountant? Nobody bothers. Opposite. You know why? There is one basic difference. Now I will use the word for a want of a word, spirituality. In Adhyatma Shastra, that is what I want to know is the same thing I want to be. In all other discipline of knowledge, I don't want to become what I want to know. The knower known Veda always remains. I am not interested. Person studying electronic engineering, electronics, doesn't want to become electronics. He doesn't, suppose person studies zoology, that's a better example. And doing research on donkey. He would never ever want to become a donkey. And if somebody misunderstands him to be one, he will have problem. Tell a donkey, that fellow will be angry. Not interested. Here, I am not simply interested in knowing there is some Shantatma, there is Satchidanandatma. Nobody says, Swamiji, Atma is Satchidananda. I am not that. I want to be Ananda. I want that peace. Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. I want. When we chant this Nirvana Satakam, Chidananda Rupa Shivam, I want to be. even those Dvaitins, Vedanta talks of non-duality, those Dvait philosophy who talk Lord as different, ultimately the fellow wants to merge with the Lord. सायुज्य सालोक्य से लेके सायुज्य मुक्त, that means what you know you want to be in absolute sense. That being the case, I should have those things in me relatively. Understand why they ask for? Atma is asanga, Ishvara is asanga. Therefore, detachment is called. Ishvara is total vairagya. Bhaga, Sat Bhaga, Aishwaryasya Samagrasya Viryasya Yashashashriya Gnana Vairagyayoho Shannam Bhagaiti Rana Tasmat Bhagavaniti Uchate. The Bhagavan word means one who has bhagas, like Dhanavan, Dhiman, Shriman. Matup and Vatup suffix is here indicative of possession in abundance. The one who has lot of money can be called a Sriman. Otherwise you throw a dime to a beggar, hey, now you are Sriman, doesn't become Sriman. Bhagavan is who has all bhagas. And one of the bhaga is Vairag, total Vairag. Unfortunately, with all respect to these Kathakas, they never talk of Vairag. They talk of Rasa Leela. They say Bhagavan is Lakshmi ji and Kaustubh Mani. And Radhaji and all, love, especially Vallabhacharyas. Lots of paintings and things. This is called glossing over. This is called not seeing in spite of seeing. Did you not notice one thing? The day Lord Krishna left Vrindavan, like in English literature, the ideal lovers is Romeo and Juliet. Like that. Now there's Hir Ranjha. Similarly, there's a Radha Krishna. They say love. But this is love. What the day he left Vrindavan, never returned back. Not even called up, hi Radha, what are you doing? Update your status, you send me a selfie. Never. He could have gone daily there. Distance between Mathura and Vrindavan is nothing. And he had a chariot. He himself was capable of going. In all glory. He didn't even a chariot, but he never went. Total dispassion. You could give up the place. I have seen typical Indian can't sell the house. This is our ancestral property. Krishna gave up whole Vrindavan. What ancestral property? Total dispassion is Bhagavan. Total Vairagya. One who has total Vairagya, that only can have total Shiva. It's a real fact. That is why we find Vishwamitra, when you become Brahmarshi, then you will have come there. Brahmarshi means no desire, no attachment. Then you have whatever you want. That is only Loka Sangrama. So even for three things, those who want to merge with the Lord need Vairagya. Why? What you want to become, you should be relatively that. Like even when you want to catch a running train, you should be running a bit. You can't just standing and catch a train. Bombay fellows knows running bus that catch. You have to run. So, if knowledge presupposes certain frame of mind. And this mind is acquired through certain lifestyle. Please understand. There is a beauty. You gain the mind through lifestyle. What is a lifestyle? Lifestyle of certain karmas. And lifestyle backed by certain attitude towards karma. Two things. life of karma. I added adjective certain karma. You know why? Choicelessly everybody will do karma. Gita, this chapter we will see. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatuttishthatya karma. Karyate hyavashah karma. Please come. Okay. You take a chair over there. Himmat mein ahi aavi jao. You come here. You will keep the door open a little bit. Can you open this window? Open, no, turn down. Turn 90 degree, you turn the handle this side. Now it will open. Twice Bhagavan tells this in Gita, Nahi deha vrata shakyam tyaktum karmani asheshata. In the 18th chapter. Action we will do. Body is designed to act. Mind is designed to act. You can't stop the thought flow. It will go on. If nothing is there, either imagination or memories will take care. So action itself is not the means to gain that mind. Certain action. When I say certain action, it means a duty, kartavya. It is a prerequisite or primary requisite to be a karma yogi, that I live a life committed to my duty. Grahasti is a karma yogi, provided he or she commits to duty, life of duty. Therefore, certain karmas and certain actions. Those attitudes are talked about in the second chapter. Samatvam yoga uchyate siddhi siddhyo samo bhutva, etc. Yoga karma sukoshanam. These are all attitudes. Now, since therefore karma yoga also is discussed in detail in Gita. That is one lifestyle. Second lifestyle is lifestyle of sannyasa. Sannyasa is also a lifestyle unique to Indian tradition. And one has to lead that life with certain preparedness, which will aid the process of preparedness for knowledge. Dhradikarana, to make it firm. Who can be sannyasi? Let us just say one simple thing, which all of us know. One has this passion. But life of sannyasa will make him more strong with reference to this passion. Will make him more detached. You can say those finer adjustments will be taken care of. There is all this shama, dhamma, uparama, titiksha, shraddha, nothing but vairagya dhradikarna, for making vairagya firm, making vairagya clear. So, these two lifestyles are also talked about in Gita. Therefore, Gita ji is a complete grantha. Therefore, there is a saying, statement in praise of Gita. They say, Gita su Gita karmanja Imanya Shastra Vistari. Ya Swam Padmanabhasya Mukha Padma Vinishrita. One should understand Gita very well. Sugita Kartava means understand it thoroughly. No need to study other Shastras. This is the essence, as I said yesterday, this is the essence of Upanishad. An essence of all Karma Yogas is talked about because student was such within front of the Lord, and therefore they say Gita Sugita. It's a very comprehensive text. There are so many granthas because this is beginningless tradition. Hinduism has so many texts. Why not other? Like this is a problem with Hindus. This fellow said to him, when Swami, he asked, Swamiji, if I want to know Islam, what should I do? Go to Quran, study Quran. I want to study Judaism, what should I do? Study Torah. Go to synagogue and study Torah. I want to study Christianity, what should I do? Take a Bible. I want to study Hinduism, what should I do? He said, go to library. It's such an old tradition. Every generation has replenished its wealth, treasure. So many people, contemporary acharyas have written in a contemporary language, in a contemporary example, so that people understand. Like Avadhi is not our language. But Tulsidas ji thought it necessary, he wrote it. Every generation. Therefore, every vernacular language is all Granthas. Like if you go to Maharashtra, you will find this Tukaram, Zibani, or this all Abhangas. It's the same thing. In Tamil Nadu, in Haryana, there is there. So rich tradition. So why Gita? First it is essence. There can be some other essence also. Second line is good. Swayam Padmanabhasya Mukha Padmat Vinisruta. This is the text that came out of the mouth of Narayana himself. Therefore it is Pramana. The Narayana who gave Vedas to Rishis. Vedas are nothing but it is mentioned in sutras. Yasya Nishvasitam Vedaha. Bhagavan's prana is Veda. And Bhagavan revealed his Veda mantras to Rishis. Same Bhagavan revealed Gita to and more so. It is Gita. You know, Gita means what? Gita. Gita means song. Gita means that was sung. Singing comes effortless, unless you are a musician. Therefore, everybody is a bathroom singer. Therefore, people sing when they are in a mood, you know. Two types of mood. Either they are grieving or ecstatic. That is a typical of Hindi movies. Not a single Hindi movie in India has been made. When hero and heroine falls in love, they have to sing. And they have to sing in garden. And they have to run around garden. That is also there. And somehow heroine has some booster dose. When she runs, hero cannot catch her. That is also typical singing expression of emotion. Gita came out. They say, Swayam Padmanabha, it just slipped out. Mukha Padmat Vinisruta, it just came out of sheer compassion, out of sheer love for Arjuna. Both are same emotions. Therefore, Gita gets a Pramana, authoritative. So equal Prasthana Traya, they say, Veda, Sutras, Brahma Sutras, because Vyasji himself was Narayana, Amsha Avtara, and this Gita. Now, this Gita, when taught to Arjuna, even though Arjuna had this background of culture, of religion, it was quite live those days. In spite of having necessary background, in spite of certain exposure, he could not understand. You know, like even I can say, for example, today, see, when you grow up in India, you get some exposure, unknowingly. You come to know Hanumanji, you come to know Ganeshji, you come to know Tirupati Balaji, you come to know Vaishnavi Devi, all you just pick up. But if the child is American citizen, though born out of a Hindu, Pakka traditional South Indian Brahmana's child. But if he has not come to India for 5-7 years, and typical mom, Hindu mom, brings him here and takes him to Dev Darshan, the child will ask, Mom, how many gods there are there? And more so, if he goes to South Indian temple, every corner is somebody sitting. We didn't have a question. I remember about 1.5 decades or maybe 2 decades ago when I went to North America first time. I can't forget that woman, okay, that incident, and I keep repeating. The Indian women always have a tendency, when a Swami comes, the children, toddlers have to chant something. Chalo, Swamiji, go, slok sunao, chant sloka for Swamiji. And this is another thing. Children don't sing that time only. And mother tell us, Swamiji, he was all the time, since morning he was rattling. Sloka, running and rattling. He must have chanted 100 times, but now he doesn't. At the right time it doesn't work. And she prompts him. No. Ganesh Sloka? No. Hanumanji Sloka? No. Then she starts prompting. Some Guru Sloka. Gulul Brahma, Gulul Vishnu. And then he starts. Gulul Brahma, Guru Vishnu. No. Age. No. Guru Devo Maheshwara. Fill up the blanks. Finally made it. That is an icebreaker. Then she tells, now next Ganesh Loka. The child was blank-faced. Ganesh Loka. Ganesh. He did like this. Then she says, Hanumanji Sloka. Hanuman. You know what word she said? Monkey God Sloka. He can't think this. Elephant God. He can't think this. We have been seeing elephant-faced Ganeshi from birth. But we don't say elephant God. So when culture is alive, you pick up certain things. Arjuna had picked up many things. And certain words he utters, the statements that he makes, you can see he is quite knowledgeable. This whole thing was live. There was no Facebook. There was no WhatsApp, you know. So it was live. In spite of them, in spite of that background, he had a lot of difficulty. He keeps on asking questions. And often he goes blank. So Bhagavan continues. The point is, when it was difficult for Arjuna, for someone who is very much alienated from the culture, who doesn't have much insight into culture except some hearsay, he studied at Gurukula. The one who is swayed away from the culture, almost no background of the Vedic culture, that someone will certainly find it difficult. He may or she may say, I know Gita ji, and they talk. Some of them just talk. Yesterday I told you. But that is not as simple as it looks. As we say in Gujarati, you know, the deep waters are always quiet. You may not know. They are very deep. So also, that which is very profound appears to be very simple. And everybody thinks we can do. So, moreover, it is in the form of words. Subject matter is unique. It is in the form of words. And since that being the case, it lends itself for misunderstanding. Words always. That's the nature of the word. Because people hear but not listen, or listen but not hear. Either way you put it. They hear what you say, but you know what goes inside? It gets filtered by their own prejudices, their own likes and dislikes, their own judgments. Classic example. Head of the state, when he or she takes a press conference, every newspaper will have a different heading next day. They see not what the person has said, they see what their mind makes them say. So this subject matter being